Смотрим дальше.
On the Ember Spirit, who last game did not have the greatest of games. RCY playing the Queen of Pain. How does this matchup even work? Because Pop typically very good against melee heroes, but Ember does have the Flame Guard, and can you sleight of fist the sleight of fist dodge Shadow Strike?
You can. It's pretty. You need to be pretty precise about it because you're here. Like the Shadow Strike still follows you wherever you're jumping in the light. So you need to make sure that you make a connection with the dagger during the slide, or it's just going to hit you after. It's kind of awkward. And I think RCY is doing the right thing by skilling Shadow Strike here. I would say this is still a quad favorite matchup. I don't know by how much, but would think that well-played Queen lane to...
Right. I'm sure there's one we can think of eventually. Well, Fade is going to be accompanied by UGD, so the combo that you said would not be particularly good, although there's a lot of sticky napalm stacks that maybe that slow is enough to get arrows set up, but they don't really synergize particularly well. But then again, this might be a solo lane for the most part. You can maybe just leave the lane at some point and just get some jungle creeps and roam.
Yeah, I think arrowing a jungle creep here or there might be the best thing he can hope for. I think ganking mid will be tough. If RCY stays high on health, which he should be able to for the most part, by getting water runes and sustaining the slights, they can't kill with slight chains and arrow. It's not going to be enough HP swap until level 6. Yeah, you're probably just stuck up here, trying to deny creeps, arrowing big camp. Maybe getting pulls, double decay there. Level 9.
See, Stonebank finished the wand first, so full wand already finished against this Bat Rider. In the bottom lane, shoot, seeing a little bit of harassment damage, but Paradise safe for the time being. Looks like Battle Fury is going to be what he opts for this game. Is that considered the standard now? We're not really. I feel like we're not seeing the diffusals at all anymore.
Not seeing that much Ursa this patch to tell you what the standard is. Based off how teams have usually gone for slightly greedier carry builds, I would say probably more was. Last patch, most times the Ursas would go for the diffusal build, I would say. Maybe this is going to be the most common.
You and I.
Oh, Searing Chains in the mid lane. RCY has already used his blink, and no Sleight of Fist for another 7 seconds, so he's going to be able to get this rune. A lot of heavy damage from Solji. 14-0 for Solji versus a 13-3 of RCY.
I feel like RCY could have fought him there. He had 2 seconds left for a Shadow Strike. He had Stick, Fairy Fire, and the instant heal from the Water Rune. I do think that one was playable with Flame Guard on cooldown. Now instead he's going to wait until Flame Guard is up, and that makes this, you know, Shadow Strike feel a lot less good. It's effectively, the majority of it's just going to get blocked here.
How much? I'm pretty sure you leave Searing Chains normally at level 1 for a long time, right? On the Ember? Yeah. Yeah, he's taking a lot of damage now. You reconsider that, considering you have a Mirana, because I think 1 level is going to be pretty tough to get an arrow set up.
Probably still leave it level 1, because I think the downside is too significant. It's too much. You probably need the Flame Guard to be able to farm the lane reliably. And if you... And you have to level Slight for the damage. Probably 1-4-4. I mean, maybe there's a world where you keep Flame Guard on 2 and go 4-4-2, but in that case, you're still leveling the Slight first.
Yeah, this is...
This is really bad news for Solji. He did not get a 4-minute water, and Quap did. So
he's going to try to fight a bit. Yeah, Abaddon is required. Yeah, RCY off to a very good start, which you expected this to go his way, but maybe not to this severity. As UGD, he's arrowing some creeps in the meantime. Not opting to come help out in the mid lane quite yet. It is a pretty tough setup without a level 2 Searing Chains, I would say. But looking at the carries, 20.99 for the Jug, 24-0 for Ursa. So both having a relatively good time at the moment. And in terms of like the kill potential, it looks like Stonebank is just left alone right now. He's just getting solo XP. That's going to be maybe the biggest advantage for him over the Ursa, who is 4.5 at the moment. While Jug is also at 4.5 apparently for a bit, but look at this wave.
We have a bit
look
of a situation
at this
here for
wave.
49.
Holy jeez. Speaking of solo XP, Fade. Gracious.
Gonna glyph it just to waste Bat's time, but the Firefly's still long enough.
Yeah.
I guess he might not end up getting the... No, he still got... But now he was forced to stay so long that Zeus is rotating. This is gonna turn into a kill, possibly. Yeah, this should definitely be a kill.
Definitely a kill. Absolutely, definitely. Cinderin said it's a kill, so it must be. He must be dead in the fountain, right?
Yeah, they messed
like he
up
died.
somehow.
Predictions and Cinderin being wrong. What are the... Name a more iconic duo as mid lane RCY. He blinked for the rune, so he doesn't have an escape.
Definitely be a kill.
And he is dead. Wow.
As expected.
Man, NA Dota, it's actually, to be fair, it is very hard to predict what the hell is going to happen in these games.
I mean, when battle
make it
starts cutting
entertaining.
wave like that and you glyph and everything, like things get pretty chaotic. I don't think either team was really confident what was going to happen either. But Bat got out, they get the kill on Quap, so good start here for Felt. Which, you know, considering the lanes were actually starting to look really good for Dogchamp, which is what I would say is their saving grace as a team in this game from a strategic perspective, is their heroes are pretty strong laners, right? Mars in the offlane, Queen in mid, and Jug in the safe lane, so you can still get a CS advantage, even if I would still favor Felt an overall strategy for the lineups. So finding that kill mid is actually very, very important to get Ember into the game. He was the one to get the last hit on the kill. Like, if he doesn't have this kill, he's like 500 net worth behind Queen mid 7 right now.
Yeah,
he's still out leveled by half a level despite killing her.
Stonebank getting pursued.
Arrow.
Got 21 charge. The arrow mid. Yep, another kill onto RCY. Wow. All right, not expected, as we've said many a time. Indeed. I was wrong, Cinderin. I know you wanted me to say it. Another Searing Chains. No arrow this time, though. Yaron in the mid lane for as long as he can, but I want to talk about Stonebank opting to go for a Midas. He's not quite done with it yet. Still the gold left, actually. And then Ursa, like we said, the Battle Fury. So I guess the Juggernaut Midas is actually pretty normal for the hero.
Yeah,
especially at the major, and we saw it every game.
It's one of the most common builds for Jug right now. I guess part of the logic is that you actually offer quite a bit the way your hero works in the earlier stage.
Ends up taking the hit of the arrow, so RCY dodges a bit of a
imagine he dies again there.
Did force a TP from Bloody Nine though, so awesome. Soldier continue to do some damage, still has that haste rune for a little bit.
No gold.
Feels really good to use Serenity there, right? Just put it on your Queen. She's just healing on her hillside. She's running away from the heal though, so that's the way he's pushing.
What is the heal? Isn't it like 10 HP a second or something?
Pretty substantial when you go there and you give 8 HP regen for 14 seconds.
Fade. Looks like he's dead. Nice slow coming out from Yaron. Set up Blade Fury. And this should have just about finished the Midas. Another 40 gold for Stonebank, and he's having himself a pretty good game. Top net worth right now by a sizable margin.
700 ahead of the Ursa, who had definitely a favorable lane down here. But Mars has 15 denies, so maybe I jumping the gun a little bit on that. So that's pretty surprising to me that this bottom lane went this well for them. Together with Zeus. It's actually the most fearsome lane against a Bat and Ursa, I would say, but they've made it work.
Of course, Aliano Gangster, 2 bracers, and the Falcon Blade already done. So yeah, you're right. He's actually 3rd in net worth.
He's having a great game on Mars.
Gracious. Getting close to finishing phase boots as well, as Paradise is going to get stunned out. Yarn is here as well, but there's the Aphotic Shield. Arrow for cover, not going to connect with anything. Fury Swipe stacking up a bit onto Italiano.
Bloody Nine walks by and drops a heal on the ground, and nobody wants to stand in it. It's so funny.
It's understandable. Okay, it doesn't cost mana. I didn't realize that.
No, it's free. I mean, Mars, at least stand in the ring. If you're gonna stand in the trees, right? Okay, you got a little bit of healing. It's like, wait, that's not it. It's free.
Yeah, you get those confused all the time. Understandable. Of course, you wouldn't be able to distinguish the enemy's version versus yours, right? You had it.
Oh, true. There's two Serenities on the ground. I don't think there's any visual cue about whether it's friendly.
Yeah, there is one on bat, so they're very lucky they're in opposite lanes right now, or else it would just be too much to handle.
Just be rushing into the enemy's healing ring. I'm sure.
Yeah, very.
Yeah,
Wait, does
really,
that
so
work
far,
on
based on what we've
enemies?
seen, they are eager to get that heal when it drops. So.
Does the heal work on both teams? I didn't think about that. Bloody Nine gets cover thanks to the Mars Arena. They're going to turn this around onto the Abaddon. Tombstone is down as well as UGD trying to focus it down, but he has to leap away to safety.
There's one more. So.
Looks to be just fine. Paradise in the meantime halfway, actually more so, to his Battle Fury, so at the very least he doesn't drop. All right, I'm going to read this item again. Okay, I know we're focusing on this a lot. Provides 8 health regen to all allied units, so it shouldn't work on enemies, but that would be funny if it did, right?
Yeah.
I think that would be good for the game if you increase it a bit and make it work on enemies. I think that's cool, actually. Just agree with me and we can move on.
That would be kind of funny.
Then you can grief the enemy, or grief your team by healing enemies.
Oh yeah, that's if there's anything we need, it's more of that. True.
Why do you guys have to ruin it for everybody? Fun things.
Yeah, I mean, that's right, Griefers. Why you got to do that?
Noobs. Stonebank with his Midas finish now.
Power rune, rather. Let's go to Queen here.
Should look to their middle tower.
Regen, and she's getting close to finishing Akaya.
Tribute to my house.
While Solji is about 1,000 away from Maelstrom on the Ember. So both teams pretty much resigned to getting these first initial items. Stonebank also going for the Maelstrom. That's going to be followed by a shard, I would assume. Seems to be the standard. And then from there, I guess a Scotty is actually pretty damn standard as well. I don't think you need to go Manta unless there's something you really need. Manta's pretty good this game, actually. I don't know if you go for it.
But at the same time, if what you're worried about is chains, you have the spin, right? Oh.
Well, chains and sticky napalm.
Yeah. Napalm is maybe the bigger concern, because I think it's going to feel very natural to spin when you get chained, right? It's kind of when you would want to do it anyway, so... I did want to point out as well that both teams have very poor 5s, but the 4s are... It's a little bit of a gap of 400 gold between the Mirana and the Zeus. I feel like, generally speaking, in terms of game impact per gold, Zeus is one of the 4s where if you get 1 or 2 items, you do so much. And I don't know if Mirana can really match that in general. She offers a bit more in the way of utility, you know, she's going to buy Yules, she's going to use Moonlight Shadow set up kills. Zeus is just raw beef, you know? Full on damage.
Did you say raw beef?
Yeah, you love that, though.
I did like that, but...
Straight up Tatar.
He's up to, all right, delicious. We had reindeer tartar.
We did. It is very good.
It's okay.
He's gonna do significant amounts of damage. I'm curious what build Yarn is gonna go. So he's currently sitting Mana Boot. There is a possible direction you look at with Ags here. You can get, excuse me, you can get Veil for your team if you think that's valuable. You can get a mobility item. I don't think you should, though. Really just aim to pose a threat so the enemy team has to address him. That in turn will make more space for the Queen and Jug to have a better fight. You're not buying Atos, even though I'm looking at it just because they have like almost no catch. Going that route.
We'll see, Cinderin. We'll see. But Battle Fury for Paradise, 300 away. So it's going to be a pretty damn well-timed one. Despite him not being top network.
Yeah.
Still having himself a very good game. But we'll see if it ends up kind of counteracting what Stonebank is going to be. Is out of control. He's going to have this Maelstrom very soon. Shard to follow. Well, RCY, he's going for the S&K, it looks like.
Never heard anyone called that before.
Yeah, but why not? You know, it's S and Y. Why not S and K? Why do you have to say Saint Kai? Mars Arena. Fade is dead.
RCY. Not what it used to be, Bat Rider. You cannot fly out of that arena anymore. Easy kill. Really changes the dynamic of that matchup. It used to be so bad favored. You were better than Mars in lane. You would crush him 1v1. Then later in the game, you could just Firefly on top of the Mars and he had very defensive potential. Now, put an Arena and Spear into it. He's gonna get a tower for Stonebank as well. So, furthering his lead, Maelstrom should be complete with that gold. It is. He's gonna ramp up really fast. This is one of his best heroes. I would say his best hero is probably Juggernaut and PL. You're probably pretty confident if you're Dog Champ with the start you have on your Jug that Stonebank is capable of just flat out carrying this game.
Good attempt in mid as a newly picked up drums from Fade. They try to find RCY. Like they're fine bottom. Don't get too excited, Cinder.
It looked scary for a second. Stonebank was really holding on to that Blade Fear and getting away, but okay.
So, like I said, Fade with the drums now. He's gonna go Witchblade BKB, so no blink in near future for him. Looking for Spirit to potentially start these fights. I feel like that's a... I mean, I know that people have been building these, but I feel like a blink a little bit earlier, maybe.
You're welcome.
Pretty good this game.
The build he's going here, minus the Witchblade, is my favorite build on offlane Bat. I've seen Whisper as well play with this, and it just dominates if you know exactly what your timing is. Good at this point.
Minus the Witchblade, huh?
Yeah.
Right, we have the lasso inside the arena, doing a lot of damage, but the heroes have come en masse to take out Fade instead. So nice rotation from Dog Champ, as you can see, the very high value tip comes out. Chu?
Whoa, Yarn, hello. Okay.
Did he have Lightning Bolt the whole time?
He had Lightning Bolt the whole time. He didn't have mana, but he had a stick ready. I think he was just like, I'm gonna bolt. Wait, I don't have mana, and then he sticked, and the TP was over.
Yeah, just a little brain lag.
Just a mistake. It would have been a 5-a-bat and kill, not the end of the world, but obviously would have been nice with a little bonus. But yeah, Bat overextending there. You want Bat to make moves like this, but I think you have to connect with Ember. I don't think Bat-Abaddon is the right pairing right now. Connect around mid on this siege creep timing and get this tower with Bat. Imagine he was here now with a lasso ready. How terrifying this would be to fight into. Look what Soldier's doing on his own, because there's almost no catch for him.
Even the Aphotic Shield used on the siege just to be able to keep that thing alive a little bit longer. As Solji all over the place. Sonic Wave comes out from RCY. Does have his blink, and he just barely dodges the Remnant. And it's going to live as a result. Could have been a lot worse for Dog Champ, but they lose the Undying, and they lose the Tier 1. Nice plays from...
They didn't even need the Bat to be here. Ember can just almost do it alone.
The Moonlight Shadow. I thought they might try to set something. Oh, they still could. Stonebank doesn't want to go for the Omni Slash without this pure vision here.
Gangster might be dead here.
Yep. In a bit of trouble. Arrow hits him in the side of the face. That is going to be another kill for Fade. God, I keep saying Fade. Felt. Jesus. The enemy triangle shoot
failed yet.
That is the combination of the two. I'll leave that to your prediction, Cinderella.
There is little hope.
Will you say fail? How many times will you say fail?
Is under attack.
The prize is mine.
Drinking game. Made out of anything. Solji has to be a bit careful. He's out of mana right now, but Shu is in the area for the saves. Very even game here at the 17-minute mark.
Top tower is in danger.
The question is, when does Paradise want to do Roche? He actually gets the Blink Dagger right after Battle Fury, so
yeah, that's
wanting to fight.
Common.
So, okay,
so now it feels a bit weird to me. This is gonna rush Dagger so that Bat can go Witchblade. I think you would have probably want to do it the other way around, right? So Bat could have rushed the Dagger to set up for Ursa to get more damage. Like now, I kind of get the idea that now both of them can kill, but it feels a little bit unnatural overall when I look at this. Maybe it's still fine.
And Fade just took a ton of creeps.
No
He's gonna be
help.
spotted and
Oh
Thunder
my
God's wrath.
god.
But he did get a crap ton of farm as Shu now.
There's a speed.
There's the cancellation. Double so, in fact. So it looks like he will fall in the end. And
Could
gets credit for
Roach
that
here
one.
almost, right? I mean, they have Undying ults. Tombstone.
You're gonna go for the tier 1 mid instead.
If they could steal away Roach from Ursa, I think that's a higher impact play. A lot of the times I would say get this mid tier 1 tower while you can, but Roach in this game is just super high value, and this was like the best conditions you were going to get.
Look at this
Long
tier
time
2.
with
That would have been a trade for the tier 2 if you do that.
Sweet.
Still defend. There's a TP from Mars. Arrow. Ooh, gonna be sidestepped by Yarant. Another wave being taken out by Solji, who has a remnant to get away safely, so absolute nuisance.
It's rementing away safely up to the position that he's going to TP out from.
Yeah, he's fine. Anyway, back to the S and K discussion. You don't like that? I feel like it
No,
should
it's
be a
fine.
thing.
I didn't say I hate it. I just said I don't think I've ever heard anyone say that before.
What about K and Y?
I think
KY?
people usually say Kaya San.
Yeah, they do. But if you say
So-
KS, it means kill steal.
Yeah, and KNS doesn't have the same ring.
Drums. There's the searing chains on the RCY. Arrow set up as well. Even the lasso expended. Probably not needed, but they'll take the valuable kill as Roche is at half HP. Dogchamp
is
looking like they
Ursa.
want to fight. Despite being down 4v5, and there's the Omni Slash to come. The Enrage comes out on the Paradise, keeping him alive as Fade taking a little bit of Omni Slash damage as well. The Mirana's going to die on the backside as there's the Blade Fury to finish off Fade as Paradise has to back away. And now this should set up the Roche for Dogchamp.
They killed the queen, but Ursa was down to like 30% health after roaching, so he didn't have what it took to really commit to a fight. Now he has to go back to base for resources, or at least to mid. This is quite a big blunder. I don't think there's any way Ursa should get this low while roaching. They have an Abaddon on the team. Go and heal him, go and heal him, keep him up while he's doing it.
But his
Yep, well,
happen.
he's gonna jump in and get consolation kill on Bloody 9, but still,
It's
Aegis
such
the
a
way
big win for
of
Dogchamp.
Stonebank.
Goodness, they should not have got this.
Stonebank did opt for the Manta, by the way, so valuing that Dispel. See if he goes Shard next. I feel like Shard is definitely part of this build. You're gonna have to Blade Fury to dodge the arrow, but now Paradise
Here's Mancer.
wanting to get that's being delivered. Already was delivered. Yeah, there we go. Still has Aegis for 4.5, and Midas got to use it. Use it on that creep right there. All right, good choice.
It's a neutral item that they all have already.
Yeah. Okay, jump on in, arrow set up again, and down goes Yaren. And the tombs, okay. Bloody 9 is gonna drop as well. They're gonna get some gold off this tombstone as well. Gonna take a little while to go down.
Expected without their Zeus.
What a bounty!
Despite getting the Aegis, feels like Felt have picked it up a notch.
Yeah, I think they can, right? They know there's no Sonic Wave and no Omni Slash, so they feel pretty confident that moment in time with their lower cooldown heroes so they can go and grab something out of it. Question is what they do now. So now Omni is available again for Jug. Sonic is up, so you could look for a smoke now for Dogchamp to try to take advantage of your Aegis, or at the very least open up that bot tier 1 tower. We're 22 minutes in. They have a Juggernaut lineup and they have not managed to take that tower yet. It is hurting them that they don't have access to that part of the map.
Shadow, take us.
That's a good voice line right there.
A lot of reverb on that.
Yep. All right, so Stonebank about to finish his shard, and that's where his Blade Fury combo gets really crazy. RCY able to TP out just barely. There is a Basher on Paradise, so it would not have necessarily been safe.
I know exactly where Abaddon is right now, by the way. They don't want to break their smoke on Mars, so...
Yep,
Force
shoot.
hold here.
Gonna attempt to TP out, and we'll be fine. Rules, arrow, onto Bloody 9. He's left all alone, and the bear consumes him. By the way, one item that we haven't talked about that I think we're gonna have to hold that hot
Solji,
tip. What
oh.
is he doing there? My goodness.
Okay, so I was about to
Gracious.
say, we're starting to see the limitations of Dogchamp at this stage of the game in terms of finding fights. Like, they were just hopping around, No, with the Ursa they're finding picks, with the Emperor they're finding picks, and then that happens.
Does your console work? In the last
Yes.
patch, mine has not worked for some reason.
It works.
Can you type status and tell me the ping
Yeah.
of Solji, please?
Solji has...
Good question.
Are scanning for enemies.
Because it's shown... Oh, I think I know what his name
Once.
is. Okay, 124.
Okay, that's pretty substantial.
Dire are
I think a lot of players in the server here are European.
Yeah, and
A
they're
lot
playing in
of
the
them. Maybe
NA.
more than half, but
Can't complain.
not quite. I think... Yeah, it's probably close to it.
If you're in NA and you have that ping, then you can complain.
Dire's bottom
Oh,
tower.
I'll
man,
tell you
okay.
this much. There's 6 people in the server that have under 100 ping, and that is including all the observers.
Am I one of them?
Yes.
Yes.
You are one of the 6 people with under 100 ping.
Okay. Well, we'll just leave that be then. Searing chains into the right clicks from Paradise. Arrow not needed. And this Ursa starting to take off. Still doesn't have his BKB, but just a recipe away now. Rolls on the Bloody Knives, just gonna pop the Flesh Golem. They haven't really gotten any value out of this Aegis at all, and it's gonna go down
They
in 50
still haven't
seconds.
pushed bot tier 1. It is kind of blowing my mind that that is not a priority for them. It's going to open up so much more farm on the map. There we go. Stonebank is now going to go bot, but I think it's just to farm this wave and go into the triangle. Like, in my opinion, this tower should have been first order of business immediately after getting the Aegis. Open up more access. Make the game easier to play, right? I think right now they're playing kind of hard mode.
I would like to mention an item I think close to hard counters Ursa's. Arrow is going to connect onto RCY, and he's brought down to the right clicks of the bear again. Yaren get earned as the rest of Dogchamp on the way, but they're not going to find anything, at least not initially. It's around.
Shadow.
They might want to fight. Aegis is down. Mars Arena just for the Abaddon. Finn's going to have to be used to dodge the arrow again. There will be a kill on the Abaddon as Tombstone on the cliff is Solji really deep here. And the Ursa's gonna pop the BKB, just right-clicking Italiano, but will be able to sidestep away. Omni Slash is used, but the lasso shortly after, and Stonebank is just dead. Terrible fight from Dogchamp. It was a 4v5, they didn't have Aegis, and felt taking full advantage as now they have a 4K lead. Make it fun.
Yeah, Stonebank had cooldown on Blade Fury coming out of the Omni Slash. He didn't use his wand and he didn't use his Manta. He just immediately got killed out of the I guess maybe they... Yeah, you can definitely Manta immediately to try and not get lassoed there. So there was a potential of making a little bit of a, juke play or whatever, but did not happen whatsoever.
Is now active.
I've just not felt this mid flop,
Is now active.
to be honest. I think it's been really underwhelming this game,
Is under attack.
considering they used it as a counter pick. And I know she ended up playing against Ember instead of Bat, which isn't, it's not the Bat matchup, but it's fine. Like, yeah, good farm. He did well in the lane, and after that, he's just been getting killed. Makes you wonder if that Kaya Sanj was the right choice, or if he should have gone S and K instead.
Thank you. I know you gave it a good effort there. As now a 7K lead opens up for Felt. So after the Aegis was taken from Dogchamp, they've just lost every fight. They've been picked off and they've continued to fight. That's 2 fights now, but they've lost the Quap before anything even started, and then they initiate into 4v5.
Yeah.
Very questionable.
But again, the tricky thing is, as much as we can sit here and say it, just find a fight. You can literally only catch anything with Mars, and he doesn't have Blink. So, I mean, I think there's something to be said about itemization. I like Mars's not going dagger early if they're playing with any sort of other catch in their team or someone else that can make that space in the fight. I think in this game, if you don't have that dagger, you're just walking around hitting creep on all your heroes. And it feels bad for Undying to play a game like this because he really wants to have impact. He wants to find team fights with Tombstone Flesh Golem, but the only fights he's finding is one where one of his teammates gets jumped first and he tries to keep them alive. It's not ideal. It is a big strategic problem they have, but you can always itemize your way out of missing catch. We're just not at that stage yet where they're getting a Hex on Queen or something like that. the cards, or at least the dagger on Mars.
I have a trivia for you.
Okay.
It's not really a trivia because it's my opinion. Okay,
Oh,
but it's still a
all
trivia.
right.
I'm gonna just mask it as a trivia. What do you think, outside of like fighting items like Yules and Force Staff and stuff, if you want to fight an Ursa one-on-one, what do you think the best item to get is for the Juggernaut? Because I have a strong opinion on this.
To fight Ursa 1v1.
Yes. I think it's something that people do not pick up very often, but it's exceptionally good against Ursa.
I mean, Halberd is definitely good.
It is? That's not it, though.
Wait, what could you possibly think? Ghost Scepter.
Nope. That's not... You're not going to fight man up with that.
Elner?
Nope. Good effort, though. Give up?
I mean,
Just name off all the items. You'll get to it eventually.
okay, are we talking about items that a carry in their right mind would ever buy, or something that you like against Ursa? Because that makes a pretty big difference.
No, they buy it
They
occasionally,
would buy it.
but normally it would be like a luxury. But I think it's good
Okay.
enough that you can get it like next item, and that would be quite good. Like, you don't rush it or anything, but like third, fourth item.
Uh-huh. I give up.
Nullifier.
Yeah.
You dispel,
You dispel
overpower,
overpower. Yeah.
which breaks the hero. Overpower has a 9-second cooldown. Nullifier, 10-second cooldown. It's actually almost perfect. It is
The
so
problem
good
is
against that
when
hero.
Ursa is fighting you, he pops BKB, and then what?
Just gotta do it first, bro. Quick fingers. Know what I mean?
Yeah, Ursa is the guy with the dagger basher, though. So I don't know if you're gonna use it first. I feel like
Then
that's a
they're
bit naive.
I said we didn't talk about how the initiation starts. Okay, we just said 1v1. That was the condition. I mean, you can go back on the VOD and check it out if you don't believe me.
Yeah, I'm saying 1v1. The Ursa is gonna pop overpower, blink on you, and go.
Yeah, but if you're in a 1v1, you're not. There's no initiation. You're just standing in a ring, ready to fight. Okay?
That happens all the time in Dota. The
Yes.
two heroes walk up, and then they turn their backs on each other, take 3 steps, and then turn
Yes.
around and then go. Okay.
That's right.
I see. I do agree, though. Like, Nullifier is very good, but
So no ETA on Fade right now. What were you saying, Sinran?
I'm saying I do agree with you. The Nullifier is definitely a good item against Ursa. It's just I don't think it's the right choice for him to buy in this situation, regardless, just because there's too many, external factors around it. But
I think
it
it's
could
just
be a
because
part of
I
his build
mentioned
in
it. You're saying.
Yes.
Oh my god, another power. Are you serious, dude? How is this possible?
This qualifier is actually cursed. Like, there is no way.
Oh, they're gonna ask to share pauses now. Oh boy, now it's gonna get awkward. Seen teams do it before. We've seen teams deny it before.
I feel like you should not ask for that. I feel like the other team should offer it. Because
Well,
now you're
some
just putting the
people-
onus on the enemy team, and then they're the bad guy if they say no. But
Right.
it should be like
The onus, very
it should
powerful
be the
word.
other way around.
Some people have no shame, Syndra, and they get pretty far in life. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
That's something I've had to learn the hard way. Like,
Yep.
just being able to email Valve for stuff makes me cringe. It makes my skin crawl. Just knowing I have to email them and them reading it, looking at it, and judging me because I'm asking such a stupid question. But guess what? If I don't do that, nothing gets done, okay? People with no shame go so far in life that you have to try to pretend to be somebody.
But the one
No
thing
shame.
that didn't make you cringe was last year when you were submitting a sound for your voice line and you submitted a loud belch. That did not make you cringe, but all the messages.
Cinderin, here's the thing, okay? The belching is comical, okay? It brings joy to the world. It's a positive influence on
see.
Dota, but they just don't want to put it in for some reason. I don't understand. Like,
All right.
first of all, it would make me a millionaire. Let's be real. That's the main reason they won't put it in, because they know that I thought of such a genius idea, and now I've basically made it so they can't put another belch in the game without getting thrown towards them, because I'm the originator. I invented it. for Dota.
You invented belching.
That's right. So production is telling us that we need to go to a short break because they don't want to hear this conversation anymore.
I'm having a good time talking about
Me
you belching.
too. But apparently we're going to go to a quick break. We'll be back with hopefully the end of this game.
Oh, let's... Comes back this time.
The quest for ultimate glory continues.
Coming through!
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Captured in the flame.
Wicked barbecue.
We're back and we're in game. There was just a team fight. 2 heroes died for Dog Champ, despite it being a 4v5 in favor of Dog Champ, because Fade is still not back. We've seen this story before, Cinderin, except it's one person disconnecting, not two.
Yes. And Juo was literally just standing still on his Abaddon and playing the Bad Rider. And that's where Abaddon is really good, because you just put him in front, put a shield on yourself, and go in. And then you stop playing your hero, and then you play the Bat, who will do a lot more. So,
Is under attack.
in essence, this is one of the best 5s you can play when you have to micro a second hero, because it's forgiving. You don't instantly die if you go in front and are out of position. So, at the very least, for Felt, they have that going for them, which is
Worthy
nice.
tribute.
But it is still a 4v5, and we know how those usually go. Roche has spawned. They're probably gonna. I mean, in comparison to the game we cast yesterday, where it was 3v5 and 2 chorus DC'd and it was just hopeless, this is a very winnable game 4v5. The Ember is enormous, so is the Ursa. You're getting the Aegis now with Shard.
Shard is
You have
already
so
on
many
Ursa,
Aegis.
actually. Surprisingly, he bought one.
Bought one, so I guess they'll give the Shard to...
Give it to Marana, please. Oh my god, they did! I can't even believe it. I was memeing.
The alternative was Abaddon, right? I guess you could give it to the disconnected Bad Rider.
Well, of course you give it to Bat, right? What do you?
Yeah, you should have given it to the DC Bat, I think. But when they asked
Oh
who
my
won Shard, Bat didn't say me, so they gave it to someone else.
That's true. That is definitely true. I mean, maybe they're on a call with him. Maybe he's on his cell phone telling them, you know, take the Shard on Marana. Okay, we get to see Shard on Marana. So, at the very least, it gives an extra leap. But when you do leap, at the end of it, you send out a... What do they actually call it? Sagan, okay. Upon landing, launches a projectile along Sagan's leap path, dealing damage and slowing units effectively. They don't call it anything.
Fire.
Like a blue fire, and the original particles were not. I don't even know what it looks like anymore. I think it's just a blue, like.
It will leap eventually.
It's like a particle effect that you'll see on the UI during like TI when there's the blue theme. I'll probably just reuse that. We'll see though. Nice shadow. Bloody Nine's going to be spotted. He's going to get the force staff out, but the bash comes in there. You saw the blue particles coming in from UGD. It did literally 0 damage because it wasn't
Fade
close
is
enough.
pounding RCY, but it's not Fade. Oh, he blinked.
Oh, okay. Pops the BKB a little prematurely. RCY
Okay, he's not there.
gets lassoed. Has his BKB up though, so he's going to blink TP. And he's going to be
They're
fine.
the Ursa over for this. This is a bit surprising. I think Ursa killed the dying and definitely had the time to move and connect with this play after Bat saw.
All right,
saw the quad.
let me ask you something. Who do you think is going to win this game? 11k lead for Felt or V5?
I think Felt is going to win.
Still think they're going to win. Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't think so.
All right.
think
One of us
they
will
will
be
lose.
right, one will be wrong. Or it will be a draw and everyone loses power at the same time.
The draw scenario is if he comes back on Bat Rider. Okay, that doesn't count then. This has to stay a 4v5 for this wager to work. Nimbus is now online. Arrow coming in, but it's going to be blocked by the Blade Fury, and that is a dead Ember Spirit.
Fire's
And
definitely-
more to come. Stonebank gets off the Omni Slash on the disconnected Fade. He's going to get the favorable bounces as Paradise wants to man up, but now he's completely surrounded. He's going to get the enrage up, but he gets thrown to the other side thanks to the spear. Buybacks coming in mass for Felt as the Aegis is now down. The Ember Spirit back into the fray. Blade Fury is here. They're trying to focus down Paradise, but he pops the BKB and the enrage. Actually, I think that was just the shard from the overpower. Gonna lose the Juggernaut finally. And Solji doing a really nice job of kiting everybody. Gets a nice sleight of fist. Yarn looks to be basically dead as the Abaddon finally falls. BKB popped by RCY, but he has no mana at all to do anything. Does have his blink, so as long as he doesn't get bashed, should be fine. UGD continuing on. The arrow comes in, and the blink dagger bash from Paradise spells doom for the Quap. I don't know who won this fight because there were a lot of buybacks.
I would say Dogchamp probably overall were the winners there. It's a buyback from Ember and Abaddon, and the Aegis also expended on Ursa, so next time around, they don't have that second round of lives.
1v9.
Yeah. Pull down his totems and he's screwed.
No. Okay, now they won the fight, surely.
It's pretty even. Did you notice Mirana's leap?
I did. It was just
Glorious.
amazing. Horrific pickup.
I didn't even notice it.
I just see the blue particles, and then I don't see any damage being applied, so he's just probably not in range for it to do anything. I mean, we should be fair. Like, the shard is, I'm sure, if you pick it up, it's for the extra leap. The other stuff is just the icing.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, though, that is the icing. Doesn't feel like that's how it should be when it gives an attack or move speed slow and damage. Right?
It's like
I feel
icing.
Like the extra leap should be the icing.
That's
the other way
true.
around.
No, that's a good point. The icing is like if it's literal icing on a cake and you're lactose intolerant. That's what the icing is, because it tastes delicious, but you know it's not good for you. You're gonna regret it later. The leaping apparently gonna be a regret.
Yeah, but in that metaphor, the cake was free. You didn't buy it, so
Cake is a lie, though, as we've learned many a time.
it was free. I would agree, though. I feel like buying the shard on Mirana is probably something. Voluntarily buying grapefruit.
So something I'm not actually sure on. So are we 100% sure that they're not getting extra gold? Because we said this yesterday that they're not.
I don't think so. They might at some point if he gets assigned an abandon, but I don't think you get abandons in private lobbies. I think you can always reconnect and have the gold you left with.
So then overall, you're getting less gold because Fade, he's not getting gold per second. But he does get gold if he kills creeps. But of course they can't buy items for him.
I'm just not sure. Genuinely don't know.
I'd be
The
surprised.
thing is, you can't see his gold. That's the thing, right? When you click him, the gold that it shows is whatever gold the hero you clicked before him had.
That's not true.
It is for me.
Not for
I
me.
click Ember, it says 151. I click Bat, it says 151.
Okay, you're right. Sorry about that. Good effort.
So you can't tell if Bat's getting gold. Like he might have 5k gold right now in the bank.
Oh, we can tell in the
But-
gold per second, right?
That is his net worth is going up every second.
Current gold. Okay, the current gold. He actually does have 5,400. Okay, so he is getting gold per second.
He has 5k gold banked up. If he comes back, he's like, hell yeah. Gonna buy the whole store.
All right, Ursa demolishes the Undying again. And you can tell Felt probably feel like they're on a timer. I feel like the longer this game goes, the better Dogchamp will be. Of course, if you delay it, then maybe the Batrider does come back.
Playing that power game, bringing a new meaning to power play.
Dire's middle tower is under
Yep,
attack.
sure. Oh, Butterfly online now for Stone Bank, so Ursa with
Big item.
Dire's
no
middle
MKB,
tower is
obviously.
fallen.
Not exactly an item you want to go for. Maybe you have to now.
Satanic now. I can't remember if this was changed. There was a time, at least with Overpower, where the charges didn't go down if you missed. I think that was changed, right? Ursa. If you keep swinging into evasion, you're losing Overpower attacks, not just maintaining the counter until you hit.
Oh, I don't know. Oh, the Abyssal Blade. Nimbus is there, though, and allows RTY to get the Blink BKB. See Dogchamp wanting to pursue. Smoke onto Italiana, looking for the opening. There's the arena onto two. So Mirana's gonna die first. And they'll probably get Shu on top of this.
Almost survived with the lead shard, though.
Yeah, very close. But there's a lasso now. RCY gets off a Shadow Strike in the meantime. But Fade,
Undying.
the AFK Fade, is gonna die to the Omni Slash. So 3
Okay,
dead in
so-
favor of Dogchamp.
So they went for the lasso, didn't BKB, no cores connected on it. They literally just called it quits there with the Mirana and Abaddon dead, which makes me feel like Abaddon and Mirana died significantly before the Batrider went for that lasso, so there must have been some miscommunication there. Could have backed off, right? At the same time, you always want to cut teams a massive amount of slack. when they're playing with a disconnected player. It's just hard.
Dire's
It's hard to keep focus at the right read.
And remember, this is an elimination series, an elimination game for Felt. So this is like worst case scenario for them. Well, I guess worst case scenario if they had 4 people. One guy had a
They
microphone.
had 4 disconnect, and the only guy left was Mirana, and he bought his shard. Then
Yeah, it could always be worse. That's a great point. Dogchamp into the pit. This is an Aghanim Scepter, so they're down 7k, but this Roche on top of 4,200 gold will instantly go their way.
Yep.
And it looks like it's a freebie. So they're just right back in this game. Flip slash.
Immortality.
Takes everything. Very greedy jugger. Guess he'll give off the cheese to Mars.
Probably. All right, it is a 3k lead for Felt now.
It's probably better on co-op anyway. Yeah, I'm afraid your prophecy's going to come true, Shannon. I think Dire are now in a really powerful
4v5
position.
is really
This
hard.
Roche decides, and oh yeah, by the way, with this, your Roche prediction is now correct, Kern.
Oh, okay. Working out for me, apparently. Oh, Margarita on to 3 to BKB from Paradise. Early spin from Stonebank. Chu kind of left alone here as the Mirana will die just because she picked up that shard. They're focusing her down to make sure that she never does that again. As a Swift Slash is used to take out the old Abby. 2 supports dead. Dogchamp seemingly in control of the game now.
I was gonna say, I don't think I've heard anyone call him Abby before, but I think I have. I think that was you another
Of course it was me. We've had this conversation so many times.
time. Have we?
You were disgusted as the Abyssal Blade onto Italiano Mars, but Italiano Mars, that's his new
So
name.
there it is.
Lasso is there. Taking out the Tombstone in the meantime. Looks like Italiano finally will drop as Solji inside the Nimbus, doing a lot of damage though. Bloody 9. Here comes Solji, gets off the Remnant, but the spin from Stonebank doing a lot of damage. He's going to get Abyssal Blade in the meantime, but you can see the healing work doing so much. Finally taken out, but there's the Omni Slash to counter Enrage. Gets a nice damage mitigation. But now Ursa is kind of surrounded here by illusions and whatnot. RCY still in the midst of this Nimbus. Another Switch Slash to come, but Paradise does get off his Earth Shock to get the Enraged debuff. Paradise now going to get chased as RCY still with the blink, and they finally take out the bear as the bash comes through. Thanks to the shard on Stonebank. Wants to go for the Queen of Pain, but he runs into Yarn instead, and Solji a couple right clicks away from dying, and just like that, Dogchamp get the big kills. They get all 3 cores. Diva's pretty close for RCY.
That is a
Now they're gonna
very
get tier
old
2.
dieback. He does have buyback ready again, but he doesn't have for gold, so he's dead for 2 minutes. Switch flag.
Oh my god!
Okay.
Oh, he doesn't have another leap. The actual leap charge actually saved him. Literally.
Yep. Power's gone.
Middle tower
And you
is
probably just keep going here as Jug. I think you feel pretty confident. When Ursa's dead, there's nothing touching you. I can just line up for that. Keep rolling.
Onto the high ground they go. Bloody 9 with the Tombstone available. UGD. Last leap charge. Tier 3 tower falls. They should be able to get the melee rack at the very least. Swift Slash comes out from Stonebank, mostly on creeps though. Question is, do they stay for more? Ursa dead for 20, Ember dead for a full minute. We can see they don't have buyback as the Mirana gets demolished. And they're just going to go for Throne apparently. I can't blame them.
middle barracks is fallen.
As Felt about to be eliminated from TI-11 contention thanks to a disconnect. The first tier 4 tower does fall. Dogchamp still plenty of time, but they do have to worry about this Ursa. So Felt in a 3v5 situation. One benefit of the Ember being dead is he can actually micro the Batrider now with full attention. But can Paradise hold on here? So Slash onto Fade. Oh, and he's just dead. No buyback for him, and the spin onto the tower. All the tier 4 towers are dead, as now they can control Paradise from afar or just go for the throne. The Abaddon dies. Paradise getting full, finally gets off the enrage, but it's already at half HP, now completely surrounded with only the help of Shu. Spear not going to connect. The Sonic Wave actually misses, but that's just too much damage to withstand. And a Rage quits from Felt Very understandable. GG's come out.
Put no more upon our face.
And Dogchamp will move on. Felt eliminated in one of the worst ways you can be eliminated from TI 11 contention.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird to say, not to sound like a broken record, but we literally had this similar situation yesterday, which I kind of still can't believe that this happened twice in 2 days. But no, it's not just that you have a player disconnecting; it's a player connecting in this.
Stone available. UGD. Last sleep charge. Tier 3 tower falls. They should be able to get the melee rack at the very least. Stone available. UGD. Last sleep charge. Tier 3 tower falls. They should be able to get the melee rack at the very least. Swift slash. Stone available. UGD. Last sleep charge. Tier 3 tower falls. They should be able to get the melee rack at the very least. Swift slash comes out from Stonebank, mostly on creeps though. The question is, do they stay for more? Ursa dead for Paradise getting full. Finally gets off the enraged. Was already at half HP. Now completely surrounded with only the help of Shu. Spear not going to connect. The Sonic Wave actually misses, but that's just too much damage to withstand. And a rage quits from Felt. Very understandable. GG's come out.
No more upon our face.
And Dogchamp will move on. Felt eliminated in one of the worst ways you can be eliminated from TI-11 contention.
Yeah.
Stone available. UGD. Last sleep charge. Tier 3 tower falls. They should be able to get the melee rack at the very least. Swift Slash comes out from Stonebank, mostly on creeps though. The question is, do they stay for more? Ursa dead for 20, Ember dead for a full minute. We can see they don't have buyback as the Mirana gets demolished. And they're just going to go for the throne apparently. I can't blame them. As Felt about to be eliminated from TI-11 contention thanks to a disconnect. The first tier 4 tower does fall. Dogchamp, still plenty of time, but they do have to worry about this Ursa. So Felt in a 3v5 situation. One benefit of the Ember being dead is he can actually micro the Batrider now with full attention. But can Paradise hold on here? So Slash onto Fade. Oh, okay, he's just dead. No buyback for him, and the spin onto the tower. All the tier 4 towers are dead, as now they can control Paradise from afar or just go for the throne. The Abaddon dies, Paradise getting full, finally gets off the enraged, was already at half HP, now completely surrounded with only the help of Shu. Spear not going to connect, the Sonic Wave actually misses, but that's just too much damage to withstand. And a rage quits from very understandable.
Gisteren was ik nog gezien. Het lijkt me als shitpost of zo, niet meer. TikTok en alles. Ja. Ja, ik wil even iets krenten drinken. Dat is nog niet.
Ik heb het wel, ja.
Ons nog.
Het jy gesien die kak wat met dinges gebeur het?
Ja.
Met die die team wat nou gespeel het vir Dog, Champ en Veld. Seker so wat?
Massage.
Nee, kom ons sê.
Nog turbo.
Ja, so. Sien jy dat ons alleen speel, kan ons seker maar gewoon gaan speel, ek het nie pyn nie. Sien jy dat jy nie meer boutjies het nie.
Nog moet spelletjies. Ons kan maar turbo Joel werk worden.
Dit is plan meer. Wat ook gesê, Veld het 'n player gedisconnect, nee.
Ja.
Mid-game. Dis soos letterlik in die helfte van die game, hulle het 7k voorgeloop of 11k voorgeloop. Toe wen die Dog Champ die game, nee. Op die einde toe DC is rage quit hy. Julle nooit. Dat was 'n vet fok op geweest. Baie interessant geweest. Speel je turbo of normaal?
Normaal.
Whom would you remove from this battle of the ancients? 5 seconds remain.
De beste van alles is...
Ja.
Fokol offline heroes wat ik moet... Ach,
Fok.
ik heb Barbara.
Wie moet ik doen?
10 seconds remain. 5 seconds.
Actually, dan is Joel. Kan ik maar Marcy Joel.
Marcy. Ja, oké. Weet je wat? Ja. Als speel Marcy soos aan core items.
Het is mijn eerste keer weer dat ik Marcy Joel, man.
Ja? Dat is
mais consistently.
Dat jij toe jouw deck aan het
Estas.
Nee, ik was heel laag bezig met mijn season. Maar ik was ook even morgen zondag of niet. Moet ik even beplannen om vandaag mijn shit uit te zorgen.
Ja, ik heb ook gedacht gegaan. Maar ik heb ook heel maar toe, als ik bezig. Ik krijg ons af als een 4 en 6, zo kom je.
Ja, maar dat was weer die fucking stage 3 geupdate.
Morgen is wat die.
Ja.
Maar wat ik wil kijken is dat hij niet weer 12 keer afgaan en ik zit in de volgende orde.
Elemental. A cause disturbed.
Prepare for battle.
Meteen wie is ons? Trouw. Ja. Ja, trouw. Een liedje of...
De kracht en 8-12 jaar.
Banaan.
Ja.
It's in the bag.
Stay local.
As you say,
30 seconds to battle.
it's in the bag.
Wat is hier gevat?
Ik weet niet. Nu eens kijken wat is wat.
Die liepding is nog wel kwijt. En dan die scout in die shirt en dan die throwback. Dus zeker maar die beste voor alle
Ik denk dat ik zien naar werk.
Who will emerge victorious?
Wow, dat is ook leuk. Ah, ik zie nou hier, toch? Ik zie, ik kan het niet op met je even komen.
En dan kon hij voorbij die fucking ding.
Just get out, we're getting fucked.
Dus... Het is belangrijk een eetval kunnen.
Maar eerst bij te gaan en dan terug te gaan.
Ja, ik denk dat...
En maar zo nodig om je goed te gebruiken. Als je die
XP verloren.
dingen zien
Iemand van voorbenning.
Dus ik moet op ally klik. En dan klik want ik wil springen.
dan moet je hem teruggooien.
Ja, ze komen nog upgraden.
No.
Justus. En we staan voor. Panic.
Mijn gooi gehad heb. Dus ik net mijn gooi gehad heb.
Hij wordt weer gestaan worden. Doe ik er je helft op als hij gestaan is?
Ik kan er niet aan jumping.
As you will. I'm under attack.
Baby does all they want for
Yes. Of course. Yes. As you will.
Ja, ik wil weer die healing op haar.
Ja.
Blessed eyes. Absolute zero. Ice flows.
Ja?
Ja, hij werd gewoon weer voelen. Dat was hij.
Today.
Dat is Popo.
Of course. The spirit. Free. Hail.
Je staat zo te dingen. Ik ben nog zo met het. Vandaag zo met een fucking hoofd.
Bitter.
Nee, fuck weer. Dat is die was.
Nee man, hoekom moet ek terugkom? Jesus. Ek vang ook 'n lekker
I'm
aan.
running bot, let's kill the druid.
Op wie je geklikt?
Wag, ek sal nou uitfigure. Toch. Ek moet as ek hom gebruik moet ek op die ally klik, maar dan moet ek seker maar ja, ek sien. Okay, nee, ek moet hom 2 keer klik. Okay. Dis soos werk soos Pango se ding basically. Amper. Okay, so ek klik op die ally wat waantoe ek wil spring en dan klik ek waantoe ek wil die rigting wat ek wil gaan.
That which protects also requires protection. Your middle tower is
Dis is
under attack.
nogal fucking dependent op mana.
Your middle tower is defending itself.
Marcy.
As you say. A cause disturbed.
Vlug van hulle.
Your middle tower faces a terrible test. Now you must decide what comes next.
Ja, what the fuck I do now.
I'll keep it in
Oh,
it
idee. Stel voor dat je dat
Ek is bang.
Hij gaat staan blijven.
Ek is dood.
Top guys.
Nice.
Run to me, I will kill him.
Nee bra, verkeerde man opgetel.
Regenerate. Here's a carbon footprint for you.
As you say.
Dit is echt niet. Nice. Alleen doet man.
Ja. Ja, is net die... Ja, ek sal nog reg. Dis nou my maak so.
The spirit moves me. Older and wiser. My
Tower is under attack.
Ek dink wat my rondfok is die range. Ek is nog nie
Faces a
gemaklik hoe die range is van die springe. Ek moet as ek dit eers half gemaklik is, dan sal ek beter doen. Ek het amper 6. En hierdie 2 creeps behoort ek 6 te. Kijk het altijd. Ja, yep.
What have we here?
Als ik kom, dan push ik haar door. Nu zijn ze op haar gaan. Ik kan niet als jij bij je afstaan, dan kan ik zeker op jou jump. Maar ja, moet ik er even jumpen.
Coming bot, guys.
Ik heb verkeerd gedaan.
Middle tower. The radiant glyph is now active. The enemy attacks your middle tower.
Dat is wel niet belachelijk.
De derde was gewoon een live fight omgedraaid.
Check out. Sophie, was alweer? Met was alweer nog. Met die fucking ding. Ik heb altijd nog.
Maar nee,
Kijk zo. Oké.
dat denk ik stand was. Kom ik dan. Oké.
Oh nee, jezus. Oké.
Nee, hij wil echt de stand geweest, dat is wel wat ik wil.
Dank je zo.
Je loopt. Kijk, is dit fucking toestellen.
Iets
Ja,
oké.
ja, hij zit achter mij. Nou, dat was even ook op.
The enemy's middle
Maar
tower
blijkbaar
has been
makkelijk
destroyed.
Ik die ding drag. Ik klik je op echt en oké. Ik kan je nog eruit fucking staan.
I look again upon the cold light of day. As you will.
Kom.
I think not. I celebrate.
Ah, ik zie nou. Ik moet hem draaien. Ik moet hem niet fucking tappen.
Was gewoon naartoe.
Regeneration.
Oké, dan kan ik doen.
Coming bot, let's kill.
Hier is dus een stack zo.
The enemy attacks your top tower.
I know. Oh, fuck je bij mij? Ja, fuck op je op. Toch aan die. Staan goed, hoor.
The tower faces a terrible test.
Oké.
Ja, ik heb altijd en ik weet niet gewoon. Voor mij heb ik altijd meer.
Ik draai het mij ook eens.
Silence.
Jezus.
Not an unexpected end.
Your chronology in.
Ik was net aan gewet.
Ja, je moet zien,
Dire have
vertrouwen.
fortified their structures against attack. Look to your bottom tower.
Invisibility. Bij de afkant en ik kan dat niet.
The enemy attacks your bottom tower. Your bottom tower has fallen. Your tower is
Kan ook. Ik heb altijd.
Dan mag er
Your top tower is under attack. Your top tower is falling.
A death foretold. Of course.
Oh, this guy has no chill, man.
Let's go for it.
Ik ben onder door het TV.
Come on. Okay.
Winter grows colder. The spirit moves me.
Yes, man.
What have we here? No, take that.
Haunted by
Unstoppable.
ice flows.
Moet hem... Hij heeft zijn beer doodgemaakt, maar hij heeft ook gekant.
Ice vortex.
Nee, dat staan wordt, dat staan wordt.
Stay where you are.
The enemy's bottom tower has been demolished.
Oh.
Yes.
Double kill.
Blessed ice.
Ja, ik weet waar dan te fokken. Kom op.
Double.
Hij geeft ijsblast. Zie nou, hè?
Mhm.
As you say. Stay where you are.
This profits me nothing.
Vast.
Bitter.
Kan gaan, kan gaan.
Let's kill the top tower.
Trouw was het toen, hè?
Not yet. Cold fire.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Gaan met.
All is that the enemy's top tower has fallen. Your middle tower can no longer be saved.
As you will.
Vai, esse aqui tá só, vai lá. Nem isso aqui. Tá.
Hier kwam net dat. Hier kom ik.
Net wel. Ik denk dat het wordt.
Time is money. Of course. Yes.
Wat is duizend dood, man? Trouw. Oef. Wat is trouw, hoor? Zet actually fuck all.
Bitter.
Oké, dat is maar niet duizel.
Ja.
Maar dan gaan we niet zo komen.
Yes.
Mas dat is allemaal zien. Pak je eruit door, please. Ga even dood gaan.
Ja, niet als ik thuis al was. Maar pieken wieken.
Haste!
De overkant is pillen vast.
Achieve final harmony.
Nature rejects you.
Wages of war.
Your top tower is under attack. Make a hedge. Your top tower is under attack.
As you will.
Letter TP. Maar zo.
A tight sun.
Toch raar.
Ancient onslaught.
Hindi ko na ang laro. Pag nagawa ko na
Colder than gold.
Ah, ya no están los BMs. La vidro.
Blessed ice. Ice vortex.
Ay, laban.
It's not time yet. Suck your heat.
Enigma, let's check if there's someone in the triangle.
Fated chill.
That's why I return.
Ice flow.
Ik kom met Enigma niet aangegaan.
Ja, ik weet het.
Illusion. The spirit moves me.
Kom.
Haunted by a cause disturbed. As you say.
Maar dat wordt affight. Dit is voor mij iets.
Killing spree. Time's pendulum stuck.
Het is nog niet één keer.
Go, my sweet sisters, go!
Yes. Time is money. Your eyes is me.
We can kill it. I'm coming now.
Ik kom hier van de straat. Nice. Goed jou.
Nog niemand heeft ooit zo'n foto. Dus alle mensen
Kan push mid.
Ik kan het niet meer. Want ik heb de maandjes daar en dan ga je gewoon vast op ons leven.
Moet ook top.
Nee, ik vind het wel wat meer bezig is, moet ik zeker op je doen. Ik vond niemand heeft nog ooit gezegd. Hallo mensen van die daar.
Goodbye damage en hard goed.
Geen voor, ik heb geen voor.
Dat is allemaal leuk.
DD bot.
Dire structures are fortified. Radiant structures are
Staan jullie
fortified.
bossen, staan jullie bossen. Kom mee. Ik ga eerst een auto omgooien, hoor je. Kom uit. Dus gaan hier verder wacht. Als we gaan
Ah,
pushen.
ik de
Ja, nee. As you say. Waarom gaan die timing?
Dan kan zeker veel. Ik heb een liedje hem gevangen.
Oké, laat ik jou net. Kom maar niet meer die krachtige man.
Als ze niet maar net één black hole kan krijgen. Net één. Of hij probeert daarom om een black hole te krijgen.
Laat je dat over meer gaan maken en dan kom ik zwaaien.
As you require.
Nee, ik ben een volgende uit, ik ben zo raar.
Skill mid.
Ja, nou, het is zo vinnig. Als je daar komt, is je dood.
Is het nou ja, is het
Maar die derde eerder dood, hoor je.
Ice vortex.
Zo kom je niet.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Stay where you are.
Kom maar, tong op mij.
Monster kill.
Ik het, ja, dat is mijn fout. Ik heb voornamelijk een beetje vergeten mijn fucking lifesteal. Om het te activeren. Ik heb het amper opgevolgd.
Ik carry.
The enemy's middle tower passes into history. Dire structures are fortified.
My tower fun. Okay.
Terug weer.
Ik kan TP afkomen.
The enemy's middle tower has fallen.
For you.
Legends are born from such
Maar de
deeds.
tijd kunnen we het ook maar nu tijd Oké, kom maar. Hij heeft altijd net.
Kijk, ik heb ook al.
Maar voor die... Wat ben je thuis ook krijgen? Kom maar, kom maar. Oh, spannend in mij.
Sorry, ik kan net vallen in de
Ja, van.
Ja, maar dat is ijsbal. Ja, ik wil nog niet gewoon iets meer van een nieuwe. Ja, maar ook nog maar dat niet
Je heet Blink.
Legend interdicted.
Wait.
The enemy's middle barracks crumbles.
A fierce gust
Such moments define us.
would have been hard to miss. But I expected to
Nu even...
it's not your
Laat hem.
Wat is dit? Altijd jouw
You lose face and life.
Daar is het.
The enemy's bottom tower is gone.
Dive, back to help.
Middle barracks has fallen.
Nice.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Maar je gaat met hem. Maar van met
All who step onto the battlefield risk this ultimate price. The enemy's bottom barracks has fallen. The enemy's bottom barracks has fallen.
Of course. Glad we could meet, face to face. Ice flows.
Why must I continue to practice living? It is nothing I care to master.
Hij komt.
You become past tense.
I am benumbed. Materiality is fleeting.
The enemy's middle tower can withstand no more. The enemy's middle tower can withstand no more. Radiant victory!
será que é? Kalian tadi kan ini itu lagi. Ambilan. Omdat fucking RPG's.
Ja, ik moet net gewoon trouwen die fucking kom.
Nou weer eens een kom.
Dra.
Dit is dom.
What is this dude?